Okay. So let's look at number 20. Says that state which of the following statement is not one of the 8 postulates. One of the 8 postulates identified by Mertz and Sharaf, 1961. So which one of these are not one of the postulates of auditing? Consistent application of gaps results in fair presentation. Yes, that's a postulate. There's no necessary conflict of interest between the auditor. It's a postulate. Financial statements and other information submitted for verification are free from collusive and other unusual irregularities. Yes, that's also a postulate. So B is not a postulate. I hope you all know that. Management account and cost data are verifiable. It's not a postulate of auditing. Okay, let's continue. JFK, you are in. Let me, where's Kindron? Let me make JFK a co-host. So 21. State the type of assurance in a review engagement. Remember, when the auditor does a review engagement, he doesn't give a positive assurance. It's rather in the form of what? A negative assurance when it is what? A review engagement. Review engagement is different from assurance engagement.
Put your leg inside. Sit down, let's bath.
Okay. Risks arising from poor controls environment are unlikely to be confined to particular assertion, and such may be pervasive. So risks arising from poor controls, meaning the controls are not working, the controls are not effective. They are unlikely to be confined to a particular assertion, and as such may be pervasive. This is true. In an instance where the controls are very weak, there's a likelihood or there's a possibility that the weakness in those internal control may have an effect on the whole financial statement. So this is actually true. 23 says that what means not allowing bias, conflict of interest, or undue influence of others to override professional or business judgment. What is that? When you don't allow bias or conflict of interest. So this is what? Objectivity. So what is integrity? What's the difference between objectivity and integrity? Anyone, please. What's the difference between objectivity and integrity? For anyone.
Okay, let me try.
Sure.
Okay, integrity means being honest and straightforward. And then objectivity means not being biased or independence.
Okay. Okay, that's correct actually. That's great. Great, great, great. Let's continue. 24. In the audit risk model, detection risk is the balancing figure to satisfy the ultimate risk accepted. Is this true or false? That detection risk is the balancing figure to satisfy the ultimate risk accepted. Is it true or false? This is true because in terms of the total audit risks, in, you know that the audit risk is equals to control risks multiplied by inherent risks multiplied by what? Detection risks. The auditor doesn't have control over inherent risks and control risks, but he has control over what? Detection risks. So that makes it, if he wants to reduce the audit risks to a very minimum level, it means his detection risks must also what? Be high. Sorry, his detection risk should be what? Lower, not high. Okay. That shall perform to obtain audit evidence about the effectiveness of the designs and operation of internal control system. So this is test of control. So when the auditor is doing test of control, his objective is to test the entity's control and their policies, procedures, and processes to see whether they actually align. The truth is that most of the time, when the auditor comes to audit and the auditor sees that the controls are effective, like the controls are really working, people follow due process and all of that, there is a likelihood for the auditor to reduce the amount of audit work he will be doing. But wherein the internal controls are weak, it means he will have to do more of what? Test of details. Okay. Please, is Felix here? Felix. Please, all those who have changed their names to iPhone, please change it back to your actual name. All those using iPhone. Just a minute.
Another. Mama.
Hey, sorry, are they done with the elections? Was it today? Oh, okay. Sorry. So 26 says if control risk is assessed as low in the computer-based information system, the auditor will then move on and test dash controls in order to decide if he can rely on specific system and reduce his substantive testing. So this is more of computer-based audit. So if the auditor is doing computer-based audit and he realized that the risks associated to the information system is low, it means that the application system, because it is the apps that do the actual work. But before the apps can do the actual work, they are based on a foundation, and that foundation is the information system. So if the information system is corrupt or is inefficient, it means the apps may not even work. It's like, for example, you have your phone, your iPhone 11 Pro Max, and then the iOS system is messing up. It doesn't work. Do you think the apps on it will work? Those my brothers who are IT gurus, do you think it will work? No, the apps won't work if the control system is not working, because the apps, they gain their strength from what? The control system. So the same thing is applied here. So we'll skip 27. Let's go to 28. Which of the following is not required of the auditor in accordance with ISA 200? Which one of these is not required by the auditor in accordance with ISA 200? Exercise professional judgment. Yes, he's supposed to do that. Plan and perform an audit with professional skepticism. Yes. Comply to relevant ethical requirements. That's correct. So none of the above. The first three, he's supposed to what? Comply with them as ISA 200 stipulates. Okay, any questions so far? Question? Okay, let's read this case study. Included in loans and advances balance of 18,250,000 carried in the statement of financial position at 31st December 2019 is a total overdraft facility of 30,500,000. The bank records indicate that out of the 30,500,000 overdraft balance, a total amount of 1,300,000 is on schedule due to system-generated balances over the past 6 years. This therefore does not represent a valid asset. If the directors are not prepared to make the necessary adjustment in the 2019 account, the implication of the auditor's report in respect of the director's opinion that they will receive the full amount in the near future, but do not know how soon the mature short-term investment will be received. It's what kind of opinion can the auditor give? So there's an issue here of fictitious assets. They have an asset that is not pure in nature, and instead of them writing it off, they are of the opinion that they don't want to write it off. That's management. Therefore, if they don't want to write it off, it means the auditor has no other option than to what? Modify his opinion. And in the process of modification of his opinion, he can use a qualified opinion wherein he can say the financial statement in total shows a true and fair view, with the exception of this and this. Then that becomes what? A qualified opinion. 31 says, state which of the following is not considered as a need for regulation of audit and assurance services: ethical regulation, legal regulation, public interest. These are all issues that are related to the regulation of the audit practice. There's an ethical reasoning, there's a legal justification, and there's a public interest concern. So all of these are legitimate consideration for the regulation of the audit practice. 32. What deals with auditors' responsibility towards fraud? Auditors' responsibility towards fraud. This is ISA 240. Okay. The auditing standards that deals with quality controls are how many? How many auditing standards deals with quality control? We have 2 auditing standards that deals with what? Quality control. Okay. ISQC1 has how many elements? What is ISQC first? What's the meaning
International
of
Standard on
ISQC?
Quality
Come again.
Management.
Sorry?
International Standard on Quality Management.
Great. International standards on quality management. Great. The responsibility of an auditor include the following except to obtain reasonable assurance, correct, to provide opinion on the truth and fairness of the financial statement, that's also correct, to conduct an audit in accordance with ISAs, that's correct, to establish procedures to prevent fraud and errors. No, this is not the responsibility of the auditor. Whose responsibility is this? Whose responsibility is this?
Management.
Management. Great. Good, 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 good. So let's move to 36. The applicable international financial standard reporting. International financial standard reporting. Oh no, there's a mistake here. It should be international financial reporting standards. In providing for impairment of short-term investment, matured but not received, is covered by IFRS 7. So what is IFRS 7? Let's just do a quick check.
Yeah, because I said it wasn't there. You said you don't have which one. Hurry. Hurry. Who did that?
You told me so.
IFRS 7. Please, can you see my screen? I'm sharing something. Okay. So this IFRS 7, it talks about financial instrument disclosures. So let's come back to our question. So impairment of short-term investment, they are all related to what? Financial instruments. Okay, great. 37. State the type of assurance and agreed upon procedures engagement. So agreed upon, this is where the client and the auditor, they were agreed on the scope of work. You know that when the auditor is when he's performing audit, are you aware that the client doesn't decide the scope of the audit work? Even not the auditor. Are you aware of that? Hello. Hi.
Please, the question again.
I'm saying that in external audit, the scope of the audits that is supposed to be carried out is not even determined by the auditor or even the client. Are you aware of that?
But by who?
No.
It's determined by law and the international standards on auditing. So the auditor is only guided by what is in the law and what the standard tells him. Do you get it?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the auditor doesn't determine how the audit work will go.
Please
That doesn't
tell
mean
me
that
this.
he's not the one responsible for planning. No. He plans the audit work, but that planning is based on the law, which is, in the case of Ghana, the Companies Act, and then the international standards on auditing. Great. So let's continue. 38. Application IT controls are policies and procedures that relate to many applications and support the effective functioning of general controls by helping to ensure the continued proper operation of information. This is more of IT than audit. So what basically they are saying is that, as I was giving an example, that before the apps can actually work on the phone, you have to ensure that your system units, or in the case of iPhone, your iOS is working properly, because that's the foundation. If the foundation is not solid, as the Christians would say, what can the righteous do? So the foundation is the information system, and the apps, they survive on the information system. So if the application controls, policies, and procedures are effective, then it definitely means that the whole system in itself will work effectively. So this is false. Okay, let's continue. Substantive tests are designed to discover what? When the auditor is doing lots of substantive tests, what is he trying to discover?
Errors and omissions.
Perfect. Remember, when the auditor is doing substantive testing, it means he's doing what we call a test of details. So he will go into each of the accounts. He wants to really see what really happened. And this normally takes place when he notices that the client's internal controls are very weak. If the client's internal controls are very weak, then the auditor is likely to do what? A lot more of what? Substantive testing than test of controls. One of the matters shall be clarified in the engagement letter is the expectation that management will provide written representation. Is this stated in the engagement letter? Is this stated in the engagement letter?
No.
Okay. But it is part of something. It is part of the assertions, though, even though it is not stated in the engagement letter in black and white. Okay, 41. The key distinction between fraud and error is whether the effect of the financial statement is deliberate, that's fraud, or unintentional, that's error. What therefore is the difference between fraud and error? As far as the impact on the audit is concerned, please, whether it is fraud or it is error, they have impact on the financial statement, because an error can even be worse than a fraud. Do you understand? If someone makes an error, that impact of the error on the financial statement could even be more than that of an actual fraud committed. So they both have no difference. They all have impact. The auditor's opinion indicates an assurance of management efficiency and effectiveness. This is obviously false. It doesn't state anything like that. Auditor's responsibility shall be clarified in the letter of engagement in the audit appointment. Yes, this is true. This is where the auditor will state his responsibilities, that he's responsible to audit the financial statement in accordance with the applicable accounting standards and the international standards on auditing and all of that. He will state his responsibilities. Other legislations and or regulations that an auditor will consider in preparing his independent auditor's report for a rural bank, with some many issues to be considered. So a rural bank is under the Companies Act because it is a company. And the Companies Act is what? Act 992 of what? 2019. The Act 179 is the old act. We don't use it again. It has been amended. So the new act is Act 992 of 2019. Professional skepticisms require the alertness to contradictory evidence by the auditor. This is true. Professional skepticism, this is where the auditor is always giving a questioning mind, want to proof check everything to be sure that whatever he's getting is accurate and all of that. So that's what we mean by professional skepticism. Okay. What's 6? The applicable international financial. Oh, this is another mistake. Cephas has to correct this. Is international financial reporting standards in providing for impairment of loans and advances. Let's just keep this. This is not related to what we are doing.
Please, which
Anyways.
question number are we?
Hey, Felix, happy to hear from you. We are on 46.
Thank you.
Where have you been? Or today there no comment. Okay, great. Let's continue. 47. The auditor must maintain documentation in respect of fraud on 1. The overall responses to assess risks and results of specific audit tests. The identified and assessed risks of material misstatement due to fraud. The significant decision reached as a result of the team's discussion on fraud. All of this must be considered and they must be documented. 48. What is meant by a significant risk? What is meant by a significant risk? A risk which requires special audit consideration. Yes, that's what we mean by what? Significant risks. A risk which requires special audit consideration is termed as a significant risk. It's likely to be included in an engagement letter. 49. What is most likely to be included? No, what is not likely to be included, sorry, in an engagement letter? This question is poorly written. So what is not likely to be included in an engagement letter? Are you okay? Can I get a feedback?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what is not likely to be included in an engagement letter? The names of the staff involved in the assignment, yes.
So I wish we could do like maybe write the question beside it so that we know that this is the answer. Someone, if you send answer to the page, someone will just look at it, then think that
This is a PDF. I cannot write in it. Okay, I'm coming. I can do this, but I'll have to save it. Can you see my screen?
yes.
So the question should have been, what is not likely to be included engagement? Okay, great. So the name of the staff involved in the assignment is not likely to be included. 20. The purpose of control is to establish specific control procedures over the accounting applications in order to provide reasonable assurance that all transactions occur and are authorized and recorded and are processed completely, accurately, and on a timely basis. So the accounting application, we are supposed to ensure that the application control whatever results we are getting out of the accounting application, those results are accurate, they are correct, and they are actually the intended information we needed to get. That's what makes 50 to be application C. In auditing, assurance service reduces risks and increases confidence relating to given information for the purpose of decision making. What do you think about this question? Assurance services reduce risks and it increases confidence relating to given information for the purpose of decision making. Is it true or false?
For me, I will go with true.
I will also go with true. So I have to proof check this question again.
Yeah.
I don't know why it is false.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
How are you? Yeah, hello, my friend. Yes, we can hear you, please. Oh, it was a mistake. Okay. So I think true should be correct. So please take note, 51, it should be true, not false. Let me see whether I can just add it. 52. If a person is to...
Eric,
Yes, please.
the question, it says in auditing, assurance
Okay.
services reduce risk. You see, the assurance services doesn't reduce risk.
Yes,
What
which
they
are...
do is, they provide an assurance, like they provide an assurance that the financial statements are reliable, accurate, and complete. You understand? So they are far away from the risk. They only provide that.
Yes, please.
Yes. So I think the force is correct. And
Samuel,
yes,
I'm
Felix.
also of, I'm also of the opinion that, you know, what is the essence of the assurance service, the auditing aspect? You
They
understand?
are to
What?
they are to they are to boost the confidence of let's say shareholders that the statement are free from material misstatement. You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Yes.
Yes. So it's not purposely that they are into risk reduction. No, they are only there to boost their confidence.
No, okay, I understand your point, but I'm also looking at it, say, if by way of conducting the auditing or the assurance service, it kind of reduces some, it puts you, the company, in check, that you want to make things look good, follow procedures and rules so that your company will look good. In doing so, you are trying to reduce risks. This is my opinion, though.
Okay.
Okay. It's good that we are disagreeing. I'm happy. Anyways, can we continue? Hey, someone asked me, so which one would I take? I won't take any of them. Don't mind me. But do you know there's something very funny about me? When I go to the exams hall, if it is MCQs, I hardly change my answers. So my scannable is always clean. Do you understand? Is either I'm getting it or I'm not getting it. Sorry. Just... Okay, let's continue, please. 52. Um, if a person is to make a successful claim against the auditor in the tort of negligence, 3 conditions must be satisfied. Remember, the auditor can be sued for what? Negligence, right? And what again?
Think
And what
breach
again
of
can the
contract,
auditor be
Anna.
sued for? No, not. I know it's breach of contract, but there's a legal word I want.
Negligent.
There's negligence. There's another one. Negligence is a third party. When you read criminal liability of the auditor, there are 2 instances where the auditor can be sued. One is negligence, and the other one is what? Someone said breach of contract, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. But if it is a third party, three conditions must be satisfied before the third party can sue the auditor. One, the auditor must owe a duty of care. Two, the duty of care must be broken. And three, the third party must have suffered a loss.
Damage.
Yes. Then that person can sue for what? Negligence. Other than that, you don't have a case. So that's why those who are saying not means good. Those banks that collapse and why the auditors, blah, 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 and all of that. So these are some of the things you should appreciate. If the auditor didn't owe you a duty and that duty wasn't broken and you can't show evidence that you've suffered because of the negligent work done by the auditor, you cannot use that as a basis. 53.
Derek,
Yes, please.
sorry, please scroll up small. Let me check something. I'm checking something.
Okay, sure.
No, no. Wait. The question we were okay. Go up. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay.
Like I'm siding with my brother. The brother who said it's false. After reading the question for the second time, audit doesn't reduce risks. As for risks there, it is always there. Management must take steps to reduce their own risks. So I may side with my brother. Okay, Felix, can we continue? Are you
Yes.
okay?
Yes, please.
Okay. If control risk is so high that audit risk cannot be reduced to an acceptable level, question must be asked whether the financial statements are capable of being audited. Wow. If the control risk is very high, that is to say, their internal controls, their policies and procedures are very weak. And it is so high to a level that you cannot reduce the total audit risks. Then it means that the financial statement that is being, can we even audit a financial statement where controls don't even exist? When you ask them for documentation, there's no documentation. The auditor may just issue a disclaimer. He may just resign from the assignment. Because there's nothing to base his opinion on. The fundamental principles with which the auditor is required to comply with by the IFAC and ICAG Code of Ethics do not include really. I think this is wrong. What's the correct answer? Yeah, 54. I know that's for integrity. There is part. So which one is wrong?
Think independence.
I also think so. Independence should be the answer. What do you guys think? A different opinion. Samuel, what do you think?
All right.
Felix, take it.
I was just sorry. I was still on that question that we. But let me come. Which question are you asking now?
We are on 54.
54. The fundamental principle which the auditor is required to comply with. I think Is it professionalism? No.
Independence.
Independent. No.
Independence is not part of.
Independent is not part.
Independence is not part.
Uh,
55.
uh,
Felix, you are saying something.
Can you go back? Sorry, can we go back to the previous question? The one I was saying
This one.
true or false. You know, assurance assurance service. It comprised of a audit review, attestation on those things, right? Evaluation of the reliability of accuracy of financial information and all those things. You understand? Assessing the risk materiality. So, okay, I have more of the opinion that the answer should be true.
Okay. We'll leave the argument for that day.
We can.
What are the main elements of an audit strategy? Scope, timing.
Derek,
Yes, please.
did you say the 54 is independent?
Yeah, independence.
Or
What are the main elements of audit strategy? So the scope, the timing, and then direction. Scope, timing, and extent.
Main element of audit strategy.
Extent shouldn't be part. Okay. 56. Dash is concerned with obtaining the best possible combination of services as an objective with the least value of resources. I think you guys did this in public sector PSM. Obtaining the best possible combination of services as an objective with the least value of resources. Is it effectiveness or it is value for money?
It's concerned the best possible.
I think it's effectiveness.
Why not efficiency?
I was also thinking of efficiency. I think it's more of efficiency than effectiveness.
Is concerned with obtaining the best possible combination of services as an objective with the
Derek.
least of
Yes,
resources.
Sorry again, me again. I think this question looks more of first semester questions.
Oh, they actually make so.
Okay.
You think Madam will not bring first semester question? If she's out of question, she normally add them up.
Usually for the final year, what I get is you are examining on most of the things you've been taught already. Yeah. I mean everything that she has
Please,
taught
Richard,
you.
I can't hear you, please.
Well, I'm saying that I hear, things that she has once taught you, be ready to see in. But primarily things for this semester. But don't be surprised if previous ones pass through.
Yeah, she can bring like 90% of this semester and 10% from last semester. It's possible. Please, let's skip 57 and let's go to 58.
But Derek,
Yes, please.
you're so sure she's going to bring MCQs?
I'm 100% sure. I learned that the their exams was what? Was it MCQ?
Written.
Written.
And you think Madam will give you guys written? Hey, if she give you guys written there, it means she will really read a lot. She doesn't even have time to do that. So I was surprised that she gave the regular student written. But she told you guys that she will bring written, right?
Yes.
Then expect MCQs.
You- okay.
But if you learn the
La-
MCQ, I don't
Last
think the
semester, she
written
told
is.
us it will be written, but
Even with this semester too, she told us that it will be written. She brought MCQs. Okay, great. In engagement, the accountant's conclusion relates to an assertion made by the party who is responsible for the subject matter. In an engagement, the accountant's conclusion relates to an assertion made by the party who is responsible for the subject matter. What is this?
in engagement, the accountants
Review, direct reporting, indirect reporting. What is an attestation?
like giving.
It is an attestation. You see, when you are doing an attestation, what is an attestation?
Okay, maybe saying that this thing is true.
Exactly. So an attestation is like you giving evidence on something.
Vouching for.
Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. A vouch. When you are vouching. Like, for example, I can vouch that Felix is a good person. So I'm attesting. I can also attest that Sarah is a good person. In fact, I can attest that everybody on this call, they are great. So that's an attestation. Great. 60. In accordance with the Companies Act 2019, Act 992, the auditor has the right to contract with a company in addition to his statutory duties to members of the company, expressly or by implication to undertake other services for the company. This is false. Even though he has the right to contract with a company, he doesn't have any statutory duties or imply to undertake other services for the company. Please be mindful then. In fact, in practice, it is not advisable that if you are an auditor, you are providing additional services for the client. Even if you want to do that, it should be another department within your audit firm. Okay, you can't be the same person auditing, you are the same person preparing their books, you are the same person doing their tax computation. It's not healthy. Like, there's issues of what conflict of interest. So you always try your best to not get yourself involved. I know that in the next 10 years, KPMG will stop providing other services. Their concentration will just be on, I think, account and audit and law. They will not be doing the other services because there's huge issues of conflict of interest. Does anyone here work at KPMG? Okay, no one. I think we can. Engagement letters are important because they form a contract between the audit firm and the client. This is true. 62. The auditing standards that addresses communication of deficiencies in internal control to those charged with governance is ISA 265, yes. And 260 is what? What's 260?
I think it's communication with those charged with governance.
A. And 265 is what? Yes, that's correct. And 265 is what?
265 has to do with deficiencies, like
That's
communicating.
perfect.
Yeah. Mm.
That's great, great, great. You've really
Matter,
gone through the slides.
matter.
Yeah, Mata, show them. 63. If the financial statements of an entity do not contain a statement of cash flows and changes in equity, then the implication of the auditor's report is what? This is a qualified opinion. So this is where the auditor will say that the financial statement in totality do not show a true and fair view because there is exclusion of a cash flow statement and a changes in equity statement. So because of that, he's giving a qualified opinion. Okay, 64. State the two main roles of the internal audit unit. Internal audit, what's their main job? Appraisal and monitoring, assurance and consulting, risk management, and pre-audits. It's interesting. These are all work that internal audit does. They do appraisals, they do monitoring, they do assurance, they don't do assurance. As for that one, is out. Risk management and pre-audits. And they also do that. But the question
But
was there are
which
two
is their
main
main?
rules. Sorry?
The question's concentration is on which of these is their main.
Exactly. So even though they do the rest, but their main work as internal audits, they perform internal audits in itself and then they do review. That's mostly their work. Who works in an internal audit department here? Hey, you people, whenever you ask who works here, nobody wants to talk. Or you are scared. If you work in an internal audit department, after the class, kindly send me a hi. Okay. Audits, just as most international professional services, are regulated by professional regulations issued by mandated authorities. The professional regulation of auditing requires the auditor to carry out audits in accordance with professional standards. The global professional standards for auditing is this one, no need to waste time. ISS, International Standards on Auditing. Where a control is designed, implemented, or operated in such a way that it is unable to prevent or detect or correct misstatement in the financial statement on a timely basis only, it is said that there is deficiency in internal control. Is this true? It is in fact, it is true, but the question is it partly true or it is wholly true? So let's look at it again. Where a control is designed, so there's a control, it has been designed, implemented, but is operating in a way that it cannot prevent or detect or correct misstatement in a timely manner, meaning it can correct, prevent, and detect, but not in a timely manner. Therefore, it is said that the deficiency in internal control, therefore, it is said that there is deficiency in internal control. And this is true. Partly true. I think the answer is either one of the truths, personally. Okay. A dash is a deficiency or combination of deficiencies in internal control that is, in the auditor's professional judgment, is of sufficient importance to merit the attention of those charged with governance. Yes, significant deficiency. Deficiencies are significant. You have to inform those charged with governance. Audit documentation is the record of audit procedures performed, relevant audit evidence obtained, and conclusion the auditor. Great, this is correct. Part of the precondition steps to be taken prior to accepting the appointment, a new auditor includes management providing the auditor with access to all relevant information and explanation. Yes, this is true. Management must be able to provide the auditor when he requests for relevant information. So it's normally part of the engagement letter. In accordance with Section 11 of the Ghana Audit Service Act 584, only the Auditor General is mandated to conduct audits of the accounts of all public offices, including the courts, the central and local government administrations of Ghana. I know that it is the Auditor General who is responsible to do that, but is it in reference to Section 11? So let's check the Audit Act, Act 584. Let's just check it online quickly. Can you see my screen? Great. So it says what? It's a very small act. Oh, okay. Section 11. So the public accounts of Ghana and all public offices, including the core central, blah, blah, blah. So this is it. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we are correct. So we can go back to what we're doing. So it is true. 71. Process of analyzing and reviewing financial records to check integrity of company's financial report is process of analyzing and reviewing financial records to check integrity of company's financial reports is analyzing and reviewing financial records to check the integrity. Is it internal audit? Is it external audit? I know it is not treasury audit. It is not functional audit. Analyzing and reviewing. It's more of internal audit. Okay. 72. State the type of assurance in the compilation engagement. I think we saw this yesterday. In compilation, the auditor doesn't give any kind of assurance, so it is none. The assurance is an opinion that nothing is obviously wrong. That assurance is an opinion that nothing is obviously wrong. So that's negative assurance. The CEO of Tina Ghana Limited, is a personal friend of the Auditor General. The CEO has requested the Auditor General to assist with the audit of the company's financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2019. Given the legal mandate of the Auditor General under the Ghana Audit Service Act, Act 584, the Auditor General can accept and conduct the audit. False. He cannot conduct an audit of a private company. He can only conduct an audit of a public company or public institutions. 75. One of the procedures to be taken by an auditor before accepting nomination as auditor of client is to ensure that the existing resources are adequate in terms of staff, expertise, and time. This is actually true. So we've completed a set of question 2. So we draw the curtains. Is it down? So we draw the curtains on today's class. We are meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow, please, I want for us to meet early.
Derek,
Yes, please.
the questions I sent in the group, when will we tackle that?
Hey, when did you send it, please?
Today. Yeah.
Is it JFK?
No, shut up.
Yo, Shatta, what's up?
You're cool, bro.
Just a minute. Let me check the page. Shatta, I can't see your question.
I sent it on WhatsApp,
To me or on the page?
the page, and
Okay, I've seen it. Oh, these are very good questions. Hey, Shatta. You have links, so.
Shatta, any hints on these questions?
Oh, these questions can drop. Because these are similar questions we wrote. So what's the way forward? Should we do this? There are how many? There are 140. Ish. Something like this can come in the exams. I swear you.
that's what Sefa said. So he said after we are good to go.
Yes, if you can answer this question. So why is it that you guys didn't show this thing to me long time?
I even thought that's what you were doing before I joined.
Yeah, but hopefully we've done 40 questions yesterday plus this one. Most of them, I think it will be repetition. So what we do is that I don't know, but the auditing, I feel like we should give more time to the auditing than the corporate governance. But it's up to you guys. You are the bosses. Me, I'm your servant.
Which one are we writing on Saturday?
Corporate.
Okay.
Derek, I am also of the same opinion. The time allocation for auditing should be more than corporate.
No problem. So we can do auditing tomorrow and then we do corporate on Thursday.
So can we tackle that one tomorrow?
Yes, we should tackle it tomorrow.
Okay. Please, I don't have this the ones we just did. That of yesterday. I don't have it, so.
You don't have. Oh, I shared it on the page. Oh.
Hey, Shatta.
You let me just hit. Let me just.
Oh, Bernard, I said, Derek, we can do like 2 be out of it, then we know, say, reducing it.
Okay, please, when you say 2, I don't understand. Come again.
Like I said, pages, no?
Mm.
Yeah. We can do 2 pages.
Which 2 pages? Ah, you mean today?
Yeah,
Oh, I would have done that for you, but not now. I'm now leaving my office.
yeah. Hey.
So Derek, please, tomorrow let's start early so that we can finish those questions. Okay.
Can we start at 6 o'clock?
That's too early for some people.
Is it Shatta who is speaking? But Shatta, you are always on time. I said that's early for some people.
Yeah, my colleagues as well. So
we should do it at 6:30.
no. It wouldn't benefit some of them. So
when do you want for us to do it?
so if 7:30 or 8, that's fine.
No.
8 o'clock, that's not good.
Derek will not get that time. So okay. Me, for instance, if we start it early, maybe I will not be around. But then let's do it early so that Derek too will have his time. And then since it will be recorded, then those of us who will come late, or those who will come late, can get access to it. So
We'll get the answers. Someone will share the answers when we are done, as we are going.
Okay.
But I don't know whether we'll be able to cover all the 140.
Well, we can.
And then it means we'll have to go a bit fast. We can use like 2 hours, 30 minutes to do that, assuming that you're writing an exams. This exam is 2 hours.
Okay, sure.
The aim here is to get the answers, not the explanation tomorrow, if we want to cover everything.
Yeah, the answers, we want the answers.
Do you all agree? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to look.
Definitely it will be part of some we've answered already. So those we've answered already, we just know then we say.
Yes, it's the answer that we need. It's important, yeah.
And one, okay, then that's perfect. Okay, seniors, thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. So meaning Thursday will be for
corporate.
How do you call it? Corporate governance. And interesting, for the corporate governance, the questions I have, they are already answered. I'm sure you guys, you have them already.
Is it out of the 300 questions?
Yes, 300.
300 questions. Where is the 300 question?
We don't have it.
You don't have it.
Yes.
Let me share it.
But that question, we don't have it, please.
We have only up to 100.
No, we have one. It's 325.
Shatta, please share that one.
You should check the Telegram page.
I don't have it. Today I asked for it myself.
The person says check what page. Please send it to us. Resend it.
Please send it on the WhatsApp page for us.
Cassie,
Please, like, send it now.
Yeah.
Okay. This is B2C questions. The B2C is how many? I didn't even know that B2C has compiled these questions. 325. My own questions, I'm just looking at it. Guys, it's not easy. So I've shared it in. Okay, thank you very much. Kweku, how are you? Edmond Kweku always joins the class.
Yeah, man, I'm fine.
Okay, Charlie. So, good night and take care, everybody. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Martha, bye.
Bye.